Greetings, Commanders. Elite Dangerous is a stunning game for anyone who loves space, but a lot of new Commanders are put off by how overwhelming it can be at first. You've probably heard that Elite has a pretty steep learning curve, and I'm here to tell you that it's not so bad, and that we can get through it together. In this video, we'll cover the basics of getting started in Elite Dangerous and everything you need to know to start your journey out into the black. First question new Commanders often ask is whether they should get Horizons. Horizons is not only an expansion, but is a season pass. With Horizons you get access to landing on certain planets and driving around, some Horizons exclusive ships and engineers, which are NPCs that allow you to upgrade your modules and add special effects to them. It's okay to only buy the base game if you're unsure whether you'll like it, but it's definitely worth picking up Horizons for all the content it adds. It's also a common misconception that you need a HOTAS or hands-on throttle and stick to play Elite. This is not at all the case. Some of the top PvP pilots in Elite use keyboard and mouse, and many devs use an Xbox controller, particularly when travelling or at events, so use whatever you have available or are most comfortable with. A HOTAS can feel great for immersion though. And finally, Elite is an online game, but you do not have to play with other people if you don't want to. There are 3 game modes: solo play, private group, and open play. Solo play is just you and the various NPC pilots in the galaxy. Think of private group like a private server. Only people you accept into your group can play there, so you can play with friends on your own private group or join a larger group if you prefer. Open play is like the Wild West of Elite. You can encounter any other players who choose to play in it, and you may get attacked by other players instead of just NPCs. Open play isn't as bad as many people make it out to be, but hotspots in the galaxy will be more likely to have evil beasties lying in wait, so it's best to be careful. Now that we've covered that, let's actually play the game. When you first start the game, you'll be in your first ever ship, the Sidewinder. This is the training. Follow the instructions to get started and make sure to admire the view on the way out of the station. After completing training, you'll be asked to select a commander name, a body type, and then a starting package. You'll be given a free Sidewinder. The Horizons package has an SRV, which is the planetary vehicle, and a planetary approach suite, meaning right from the get-go you can land on certain planets and drive around. This is pretty much the only difference between the 2 packages, and if you do have the Horizons Season Pass, it's worth taking the Horizons package to get started. At this point, it's worth doing the training missions in the main menu, as they will give you a great introduction to the controls. To access these, go to the main menu, then click Continue and Training. You can access the basic training simulations here. Do them a few times until you feel comfortable with flying, supercruise, docking, and undocking. Don't be put off if you fail the advanced combat tutorial. They're there for you to practice, and you may not even be interested in combat right away anyway. Lots of commanders fail the advanced combat tutorial the first time, but you'll find it much easier as you get more familiar with the game. Once you're ready to play for real, jump right in and get started. You'll be in the newbie starter zone to begin with. It's recommended that you don't leave the starter zone until you feel comfortable doing so, but once you're familiar with the game, there is a wide open galaxy just waiting for you to explore it. You have an initial mission called Welcome to the Galaxy. To read more about it, you can go to your left-hand interface panel and select the Transactions tab. The game will remind you of your key bindings to do so. Here it tells us a little bit about the mission, including your reward and how long you have to complete it. To plot your route to the destination, select Open Galaxy Map from this menu and it will already have your destination system, in this case Dromi, selected. Make sure to select the second option, Plot Route, and exit your galaxy map. You can now select Auto Launch to start the undocking process. As a side note, it is possible to turn off Auto Dock, Auto Launch, and Supercruise Assist by simply going to your right-hand interface panel, going to the Ship tab, and moving down to the second panel under Flight Assistance. Here you can toggle those options on or off as long as you have the appropriate module installed. You can also uninstall those modules at your leisure, but we'll talk more about that later. Once you've undocked, turn your ship to face the target system using your compass in the bottom left next to your radar. Then fly out of mass lock, boosting if you wish, and engage your frameshift drive. Once it finishes charging, you're on your way. While jumping, it's a good idea to throttle down to 0 if you don't have hyperspace dethrottle turned on to prevent you hurtling into the sun when you arrive at your destination. Now, open your left-hand interface panel again and select your target station, in this case Mawson Dock. It'll be highlighted in a different colour to indicate you have a mission here. Engage your destination lock and fly towards it. You can also choose to use Super Cruise Assist here as you have the module by default, or change between Standard Lock and Super Cruise Assist on your way. To prevent overshooting your destination, try to keep the timer at around 6 or 7 seconds, or your throttle in the middle of the coloured inner bar. It's blue by default. When you arrive at the station, you can request docking permission within 7.5 kilometers of the station and either attempt to dock yourself manually or engage auto dock by throttling down to 0 and letting your ship take over. Once you arrive, the tutorial NPC will tell you how to hand in your first mission.
Well done. To complete the mission, access Starport services from the menu in the center of your dashboard. Then select the mission board from the General Services list on the left of the presented screen. You'll be able to hand in your assigned mission to the Pilots Federation representative here. This will formally complete the mission.
Congratulations, Commander, you've just started your journey in Elite Dangerous. In our next few videos, we'll cover some of the activities you can get up to and careers you can take up in Elite, an essential modules guide, an overview of what ships you can use in which situations, and many more. I hope that I'll be able to make your adventure in our galaxy as smooth as possible. Fly safe and keep that friendship drive charging.